It's very good.
Your Bill Clinton impression is quite amazing.
You've got a future in impersonations, my friend. Let me tell you.
I've always thought about putting some out there to the world. You know, that Scarface one is gonna drop at one stage or another on Instagram.
Yo, you could be the
like Jay Farrow?
Nah. Like the guy who might make sounds on Police Academy.
The beatboxer.
Yeah.
No, but I prefer real impressions.
Welcome everybody to Don't Open the Window.
Let me tell you something, man. Who put this thing together, man?
What does he say after that?
Huh?
What does he say after that?
Fuck, what is he? You need guys like me, man.
You need guys like me, man.
That's not exactly what he says, bro.
I need to go change. You need guys like me, man.
It's okay. It's kind of blended with Indian.
Indian Scarface.
That's a joke at your expense.
It's not really a joke at his expense.
It's not a joke.
Peter knows what I'm trying to say.
I would like to welcome you all to Don't Open the Window. On my left is Ronnie D.
Howdy. It's good to see y'all. It's good to have y'all here tonight.
On my right is Peter Madani.
What up?
Nah, give us an impersonation.
Oh shit! What can I do?
Do an Indian. You're an Indian. Do an Indian.
I'm not that good with Indian.
What do you mean? It's your heritage. That's your culture.
Hello. No.
Peter, don't be fucking with me now, Peter.
It is Monday the 7th of September and we've got a lot of basketball news to get through. We're going to start off with the Eastern Conference.
Let's talk about them Celtics.
Yeah, let's talk about them Celtics. Let's talk about what you guys have been through
Boston.
in the last 96 hours.
Boston.
You guys thought you were about to sweep.
No, you thought we were about to sweep.
No,
I was
you
always
guys-
like, we're not.
You guys were half a second away and an OG Anunoby miracle shot away from sweeping.
I guaranteed the Raptors win Game 3 on the last pod.
He did.
Guaranteed that.
He did. But it was a half second shot.
It was.
He had to throw in a miracle pass over Taco Fall. Taco Fall big.
I fell out of my seat.
That was crazy, man.
I fell out of my seat because it was just that was an exciting game to watch through and through. That was a good game.
Yeah.
For everybody that does not know, the Celtics lost Game 3 on an OG Anunoby three-pointer. Kyle Lowry threw an inbounds pass to OG.
Taco Fall.
Over Taco Fall in the
big boy.
corner. It was well defended by Jaylen Brown.
No, it was not well defended.
It was well defended by Jaylen Brown.
He ran into our screen.
He managed to close out.
Yep.
We'll get at least some level of close out.
Yeah, well,
But
Jaylen
it was-
also he had to defend the rim as well. You have to remember that. You could have had a rim runner.
And Brad Stevens was one of the best coaches in the game at drawing out of timeout plays and defending inbounds plays. That's what he's known for.
Yep.
I would have done it differently. I would have put Tice on the ball because Taco, you could see how awkward he looked just being out there. Would have put Tice on
He
the
didn't
ball.
want to be there. A lot of the time, it looks like he gets forced into situations just because he's big.
I don't know. And I felt like people were overcoaching him. Every single person on his way from the bench, on the 2 meter distance from the bench to the inbounds, where the inbounds was taking place, everyone was coming up to him, like telling him what to do. Bruh, you don't think this guy knows how to defend an inbound pass? If he's going to do anything in the NBA, that's what he's going to do.
Yeah. Make your hands follow the ball. Keep your hands up. Jump. Stay active.
But he still did a poor job, actually.
I don't think it was a poor job.
No,
I think Kyle Lowry threw a good pass.
Oh, no, Kyle threw an excellent on the dime. That was money.
Don't be hating on Taco Fall.
No, bro. Taco.
7'7".
Taco was standing like 2.5 meters away from the ball until Jay Larranaga, our assistant coach, who goes, "What the fuck are you doing?
Yep.
Get up on the line." So he was giving him too much. But I don't know. That just pissed me off. Watching that whole last 30 seconds really pissed me off.
So then after that, Game 4 comes around, and I thought the Celtics were going to win this game. I thought it was going to be
That was a rough game.
a gentleman's sweep.
A rough game.
From what I saw of the game, it was tough defensively.
It was an ugly game.
But I love those games in playoff
Yeah, it's
moments.
good. Yeah, I mean, that's what you get from time to time playoff basketball.
I don't want to watch regular season games where it's just all offense, no one's playing defense, nothing's getting chippy, no one's diving to the floor or anything like
Nothing
that.
was dropping for both teams.
Bro, that was like a classic like beat 'em up game, and that's what I kind of love about the NBA playoffs.
That's what Jazz and Denver Game 7 was like too.
Yeah,
the
when
game
the-
had to go back inside.
Yeah, when it was like 80-78. Celtics lost that game as well, and now we've got a tied series. We got a tied 2-2.
Now
And,
we got a best of 3 series right now.
and
That's what
Peter,
it is.
Peter, I don't know what to say to you, but Celtics are on the ropes. The momentum's in the Toronto Raptors' favor.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I think it's even.
I still think it's
pretty
even too. It's not like none of these are blowouts, you know. So and it doesn't look like. I think the Celtics are probably a little bit disheartened, but
It's all right.
one thing we see with this team is that they are quite resilient.
Yep.
I think they'll come back to the drawing board and kind of figure it out. You know, like I mean, the games have been tight, man. I think it's still anyone's.
Your chat.
What?
Don't wink at me when he says the games have been tight.
No, they've been close.
Can we get a close in on Peter's face?
Our D was good tonight.
Y'all are gross. Grow up.
The biggest takeaway I have is I really feel like I've got a lot of takeaways, but I feel like we are just so much more talented than this Toronto team if we can harness that talent and play at that level.
That's fair.
If it's a grinded out game, I like Toronto's odds in the game because that's what they do. They've got, you know, it's so funny. This Toronto team is full of guys that weren't lottery picks, rejects growing up. No one had a big name after behind them.
Yeah, it's a team of overachievers.
Yeah, and they're overachievers.
Do you call them overachievers?
Yes, they're all overachievers.
I feel like when you call someone an overachiever, it's like a slant.
You know, it's what I'm saying is that
they didn't come with any resume of being a Fred VanVleet, undrafted.
Yep.
Siakam, nobody, who's turned into an all-star.
Yep.
Even Lowry
Lowry was a journeyman, bro, before he got to
Toronto, yeah.
Toronto.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm disagreeing with calling him an overachiever. I feel like overachieving is like the Bucks at the moment in the regular season. They overachieve and then they falter in the playoffs.
No.
I'd rather overachieve than underachieve.
Yeah, no.
Would you rather be the Bucks right now?
Well, the Bucks are underachieving right now.
Yeah, so I'd
technically-
rather be an overachiever.
Okay.
Do better than what you're pegged to be at.
I guess so, yeah.
Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is these guys are warriors on the Raptors team.
They're dogs.
And we have
Bunch of dogs.
We're a little bit more of like, you know, the private school style versus versus the public school. If you compare it like that. Like
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kemba.
Yeah, we're a little bit more
Gordon
white
Hayward.
collar than this
Gordon
Raptors team.
Hayward was definitely a white collar kid growing up. Like he was, you know.
Yeah, well, Indiana, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's a close series, if it goes to Game 7, oh man, Celtics have a really, really, really high winning percentage in Game 7s, but I just don't know if we'll be able to get past this Toronto team if it goes to a Game 7.
If it goes to a Game 7, I'd put my money on Toronto. If we stay to Game 6, I'm gonna go for the Sixers.
Man, it's hard to pick. I think far out.
And sorry, just another thing. I've talked so much shit about Kyle Lowry in my life. He is balling, man. He is doing everything on the basketball court that you would want from your leader and your point guard. He's killing it. Plus, he's doing it with a bum ankle. So, mad respect for him. I hope we take him out next game.
Wow.
Not physically. I mean, take him out of the game.
I think
Off with his head.
I think Lowry is really somehow Lowry is getting better with age. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Like he's he's 31 now. I feel like he's better this season than he was last season or the season before even. Like, and usually your prime in the NBA is like between 27 to 29.
But you have to remember that this
He's
is
a late
also-
bloomer.
No, he's had to step up. He had a X amount of years with DeMar DeRozan as their head guy. DeMar DeRozan was their franchise player,
Yeah.
right? And then DeMar DeRozan is traded. Who's their franchise player? It's Kawhi Leonard, right? This is actually
But Kyle was still the vet, the leader.
Yeah,
Kyle was the guy that
yeah.
would be telling everyone what to do.
Yeah, locker room guy. But what I'm saying is now it's changed in the sense that now Lowry is that person that you have to look for. You have to look to Lowry for a bucket.
Lowry's their bona fide guy now.
Yeah. So so it's not. I don't think it's more so Lowry having become like a better player. It's more so also the fact that there's more responsibility for Lowry to be their first scoring option, to be their dog, their veteran, their leader, their commander in chief.
How many good years do you think He's got left in him.
I think, you know what?
He's got years because he plays defense like crazy. He can shoot the long ball. He can. He's
No, but like I mean, at
rebounder.
this peak level.
I think he's got maybe two. Maybe he's got 2 more years.
Yeah.
Of being like.
How old is he now?
He's in his 30s.
Is he 32, 33?
I think he's 31 or 32.
I thought he. Yeah, I think he's a little bit.
He's old,
He
but
might be
like,
the same age as Steph Curry, right?
yeah, but very different games. The thing is, Kyle Lowry spends a lot of time on the
34,
floor. 34 years
So
old.
he's got realistically 1 more year before we start to see.
I
Some
say
decline,
athletic prime wise. Look, this is the thing about Lowry too, right? I think we could see Lowry still continue at the same level that he is if we see him drop some weight. You know?
No, man, I think
He's
the
a-
weight helps him.
Yeah, the weight helps him in.
You can't.
It helps
Because he absorbs the contact.
no.
He knows how to use his ass.
Oh yeah, definitely. But what I'm
Pause.
But yeah, definitely pause. But what I'm getting at
What,
is
Kyle Lowry has a fat ass.
and it helps him
Big boy.
and it helps him play his game because he likes to attack, absorb contact, etc. But what you're gonna find is that as his athletic prime starts to diminish, what are we gonna look for?
No, but this is the thing about Lowry. He doesn't rely, like he does rely on his athleticism, but he's a very smart player.
Yeah, he's a very smart,
Yeah.
and hence why I think Lowry is still the numbers wise. I think he could still give you the same numbers for a couple more years, maybe
Maybe.
36. Like Chris Paul is still giving. the same-
15, 5,
Yeah,
and
but
5.
I
Larry
think-
could be able to do that for.
I'm
another
going to
3
be
years.
legit. I think this run was like the last run for Chris Paul. I don't think we're going to get another run out of him like this.
Oh, look,
Not
you know
even-
what?
We already discussed that last week.
Yeah.
Once they get point guards, once they get to 35, they're almost always done at that point.
Bro, 35 like is
It's old, man.
Like,
Especially when you're the smallest player on the court. Now, I think Kyle Lowry would be an excellent addition to a team as, maybe a 6-man. Like, he would be awesome.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench, being able to run the bench units, defend, hit the 3 ball. I really like his game, but. And while he can still definitely be an effective starter, I just don't think that should be. I don't think that's the best thing for a team to have out of him going into his late 30s.
look, if the Celtics do take this series out, the Toronto Raptors
But we're winning. We're winning.
Okay,
we are winning.
Okay.
Do you think we're not going to win?
I'm just trying to get to a point here. If they do take this out, where the kind of thing that I'm going for is where do the Raptors go from here? You lost Kawhi. Do you stay building around Siakam and Lowry? Do you go and you try and build around Freddie? Like, I'm just trying to understand.
You got to sign Freddie. You got to sign him.
Yeah.
And you got to
Get him
Freddie's got to play the point. Freddie's playing shooting guard.
And he's playing it
6
well.
foot.
And he's playing it well.
The fact that that this Toronto team won the championship with 2 small guards as your guards, when we've got guys like Jaylen Brown.
They had
playing
Danny
shooting.
Green starting. Put some respect
Oh,
on
yeah.
his name.
Sorry. Apologies. They did last year. My bad.
Yeah, and also still, end of the day, you're also talking about Golden State missing 2 of the best scoring options.
Yeah,
They
but
still made it there, man.
I'm still going with even if the Raptors were completely healthy. Sorry, if the Golden State Warriors were completely healthy, the Raptors would have taken them out
Come
last
off
year.
it.
Hell
Come off it.
no.
Come off it, bro.
100%.
Hell no. Are you kidding me?
The Raptors were built to withstand Golden State.
Are you kidding me?
No,
Are you
they
kidding
were
me right
built-
now?
they were built for it.
No, dude. Hell
The
no.
style of play,
No.
the style of play that they played,
No,
that the
bro.
Warriors played. I'm not going on the
So
Raptors. When
they-
they played a slow, no. When Durant was on the floor all last season, and they had chemistry issues, and they played that slowed down version of basketball, and Curry wasn't cutting as much, and Clay wasn't cutting as much, and Draymond Green had the ball in his hand less. The Warriors were losing games. They lost games to the Houston Rockets. We saw James Harden with an injured Chris Paul pour 51 on them and then beat them at a buzzer with a 3-pointer. Who was his second best player? Clint Capella. You think these Raptors aren't better than Clint Capella and James Harden? Come
That's
on,
not
man.
how
bro.
but you're talking about things in a vacuum. In reality, that's a very
Bro,
impractical
no.
way. of
No,
doing
but I'm telling
comparisons.
but okay. But in reality, these Raptors were built to beat the Golden State Warriors. They had the perfect defender
yes.
in Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
They had Pascal Siakam, who is a taller, better version of Draymond Green somewhat, last playoffs especially. Marc Gasol was playing extremely well, and he would have been able to cover whatever center the Golden State Warriors were starting last year.
They were built to match up with them well.
Straight up.
Correct.
Kyle Lowry
But
was
they
doing.
still would have went down 4-2.
No
I don't care what
way,
anyone
man.
says.
No.
I say yeah. I reckon it would have been Warriors in 6.
Warriors in 6.
Bro, you guys forget that
get
the
out.
Raptors
Bro,
beat them in 5.
Bruv. Okay. KD got injured right at the start.
Shay's lad.
Yeah. KD got injured right at the start.
That's gonna be
right?
a meme.
Klay Thompson, they were up. They were up on
No,
Raptors.
they were creeping.
No, they were up.
They were creeping.
They were up.
I don't think they were up.
They were up when Klay Thompson got injured, dude.
Nah.
Klay Thompson had like 10 points by the second quarter. He had like 12, 15 points by the second quarter and he got injured. I was watching the game.
Yeah, man.
They were up. They were up by 8.
Anyways, the Raptors had it, bro. The Raptors withstood every single onslaught that the Golden State Warriors threw at them. You know when Golden State used to go on that run in the third quarter every single time? The Raptors were withstanding it every single
now
game.
Now the Raps do that run, but
Okay.
the Raps have that third quarter
I
run.
just don't know how you honestly think in your mind that the Raptors would have beaten the Warriors, even though like
Because they were matchup kings against them.
Nah.
You have to
The
remember,
Warriors-
there was a different style. When the Warriors had Kevin Durant out there, it was a slow down ISO style of basketball.
100%.
Okay?
agreed. But
Playing their if they that
Did you not see how Kevin Durant was playing in those playoffs? That was Kevin Durant's actually probably his best playoff run.
And
he
they
looked
lost.
unstoppable.
They went up
really
against
did.
the Clippers and they still got taken a 6 game against the Clippers, who was playing Lou Will and bloody Pat Bev. Pat Bev was guarding Kevin Durant. Come on, man.
Okay, and then on the flip side, look at the Raptors. Like, I don't know what
The Raptors had to
what's your
beat.
point?
The Raptors had to beat much better teams than the Warriors last year on the way to the finals. They had to beat the Sixers with Jimmy Butler playing like a dog. Okay, in that game 7, they had to beat Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks.
And they were a millimeter of not making the finals,
And they made the finals
what's your
and they
point?
won.
But I feel like it's very arbitrary doing this analysis in that way because
no.
the
All right.
ball can bounce anyway, and we're talking about something different.
But what I'm saying
what we
is
can talk about are the facts, though, and the facts
are the Raptors beat the Golden State Warriors twice in the regular season. Both were playoff intensity style games. And then in the finals, I just think that the Raptors matched up perfectly
to lose 4-2.
Nah, come on, man. Come on.
Nah, bro.
Come off
So
it.
when you're missing 2 of your primary scorers, 2 out of your 3 of your primary scorers against those guys, and you still take
It was 2 out of 3 of your primary scorers by the fourth quarter of game 6 when they were already down. Come on, man. Come off
They
it.
went down. They were not down when Klay
They were
Thompson
going to be
went
down.
Oh, get out.
If they were down, they were down too.
Bruv, they still would have taken goal. I think that Golden State without KD still takes Toronto to 7 games.
Bro.
Without KD.
Bro. Houston Rockets, who had a semi-healthy Chris Paul against these Golden State Warriors, still took these Golden State Warriors to 6. You're telling me that these Raptors, fully healthy, weren't going to be able to take the Warriors? Come on, man. Come on. Kawhi Leonard was absolutely killing them.
You don't think that Rockets team was good last year with Chris Paul? That was a good team.
They were good.
They were a good team.
But they took him to 6.
Huh?
They took him to 6. You're telling me that these Warriors team's going to steamroll the Raptors? Hell no, man. Kawhi Leonard was playing his best basketball last
He
year.
didn't say steamroll.
Nah, but he was saying that they were going to beat him. And,
I'm sorry.
I think a healthy Warriors team last year beats a healthy Raptors team.
Dude, in their third year, after whooping everyone for the last 2 years, I'm sorry. That healthy Golden State team, nah.
I'll die on my hill. Anyways, we've got to talk about the other series.
Let's move on. That was too long.
We'll talk about the other series that happened in the East. And man, I went in on this guy last game, and I'm going to go in on him again. Giannis Antetokounmpo! I can't do it again. Bro.
Antetokounmpo.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't.
I said Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Exactly what he said.
Antetokounmpo.
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 Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
I said the exact same thing.
You're getting your E's and your ums.
It's okay because we're gonna play it back and then you're gonna hear it. Then you go like, oh. Anyway,
Or at least that your head.
go in.
Nah, I don't need to go in, man.
What do you mean? Go in. This guy is.
I don't need to. I already went in on him.
Kick him while he's down.
No.
'Cause you know he's down. Kick him while he's down.
They went down 3-0, okay? And I said it in the group chat, and I said it several times. Miami Heat are going to take this in 5. They literally had to have Chris Middleton's best game today to be able to win a game. Middleton went for 21 points in the third quarter, banged in a bunch of shots in the fourth quarter and overtime as well to, help the Bucks basically just win a game. Giannis Antetokounmpo unfortunately got injured. His right ankle, he turned it. It looked pretty bad. He was walking around with a boot today after the game. So
You got to feel for him, man.
I do feel
Dude's
for
young. The dude's a kid. He's the golden child of Milwaukee.
I do feel for him and all that kind of stuff. But prior to that, man, the guy's got to seriously, either him or Coach Budenholzer or someone's got to sit there and basically teach this guy the game. Like, you can't, in the regular season, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's 6'11", probably 250, 260 pounds, something along the lines of that, right? Mm-hmm. If he's running and dunking at me in the regular season, I'm moving out of the way. I'm like, you know what? Business decision. Oh, I'm getting out of the way. Mm-hmm. I've got an $80 million contract I've got to worry about at the end of the season. You know, I've got extensions and stuff. But during the playoffs, man, people are playing for the chip. They've got to build the wall in front of you.
You know what I'd be doing?
What?
I'd be running him at the 5 so much.
Bro, like, and this is the thing. So, like, Coach Bud was adamant with not playing his starters more than 35 minutes or 34 minutes or something like that. Like, Giannis only played 36 minutes in their last loss.
In the playoffs?
Yeah, man.
Who gives a fuck? Play him 50.
But this is what Coach Bud is doing. Bud is like, no, I run a system. I run a rotation.
What's wrong with his eyes? He always looks higher.
Coach Bud.
Yeah.
He looks like one of those fish from SpongeBob.
His shit's always red as fuck.
I thought you were gonna make a Bud joke.
What? Like the beer?
It smokes too much Bud.
Yeah. But that was kind of the joke. No, but seriously, you seen his eyes?
Man,
Dude looks high as hell.
As I said, he looks like one of those fish from SpongeBob.
Oh my God.
He does. He looks like one of those fish. He's got the same forehead and everything. But anyways, look, I just don't know what we can make of these Milwaukee Bucks anymore. Last season, they were running a train on Toronto, went up 2-0, and then Toronto figured it out. They gentlemen swept them. They beat them in 4 games in a row. Same thing is pretty much happening right now. Like the Miami Heat's just basically taking the Raptors game plan of last season. They just built a wall in front of Giannis, and that was it. They just go, okay, you're going to have to get past 3 or 4 of our guys who have really scrappy hands, really move off the ball well, and really play defense really, really hard. And you see turnovers, you see ball bouncing off people's feet, you see deflections, you just see a whole lot more coming from the Miami Heat team, and they've played him beautifully. And
they played the whole. They've played the whole Bucks beautifully, too.
Bro. Even in Game 3, the Miami Heat outscored the Bucks 40-13 in that fourth quarter. Like
That's
that
an
is
embarrassment.
that you're the first seed, man. So
You're the MVP,
defensive player of the year.
which by the way, he deserved both of those awards.
No, he
That's not
doesn't.
true.
He did not deserve.
He does.
Both. No,
His awards
LeBron James deserved the MVP, and Anthony Davis deserved the defensive player of the
Are
year.
you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding
I just don't understand. I want to hear as a Laker fan. Do you really think Anthony Davis was more deserving defensively of Defensive Player of the Year than Giannis this year? Do you really believe that? Because the film I've seen, there's no comparison.
Yeah, look, I think
When the Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks played earlier this year in March or February, just before the season ended, the Lakers' game plan was to go at Giannis. I've got the ball. Give me Giannis on an ISO.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis has the ball. Give me Giannis on an ISO.
Because AD's a 5, Giannis is more of a natural forward.
No, but LeBron and AD were both going at him, and they punked him.
They did. They
Okay.
did. But does that mean that someone doesn't deserve the award?
If you can't defend 2 of the best players in the NBA,
What?
maybe not.
All people that no one else can defend either?
Well, Jimmy Butler. Can Giannis defend Jimmy Butler? Because in that fourth quarter, last game, it looks like he can't. And Jimmy Butler was even screaming it from the sideline. He can't guard me. He can't guard me.
That's fair enough. But you're talking about shit that's happened in the playoffs. I think he ran away with MVP and defensive player.
I don't think he ran away with the MVP at all. I think LeBron James deserved the MVP before the season
I don't
ended.
think so.
Before the season ended, the Lakers were 49-12. The Milwaukee Bucks were like 50 and no, they were 49-14. The Bucks were 50-12. Okay. And everyone was like, "Oh, but Giannis' team has the better record, bruv. Like, you got 2 better games."
the only thing. Do you know what it is?
LeBron James like decided he wanted to play point guard. Sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah,
just when
it's
he
okay.
decided he wanted to play point guard in his 17th season, led the league in assists.
Yeah, great. And that's the only thing he's leading his team in. Assists.
Okay.
So why would you not say Anthony Davis
He's got 1 point. He's got 1 point off the point per game stats. He's leading. He had to change his whole game. He's playing great defense.
Well, he didn't have to change his whole game. He decided that he wanted to do something new, which I commend. And he's one of the best playmakers in the game and ever.
I just think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Amazing.
I just think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay, look, I think Giannis does get DPOY, Defensive Player of the Year, but I also do think that these playoffs are exposing him in some regards, especially offensively as an MVP. I also think that LeBron, the reason that LeBron isn't clear-cut MVP, the unanimous selection, is the fact that he's also got another potential MVP on his team. Yeah, we do have Anthony Davis, and there were some times,
and Coach Bud won Coach of the Year last season.
Yeah, which is fine.
This is
LeBron. Look, that's we're talking apples and oranges now. But what I'm saying is that having Anthony Davis on that same team, it differs away because LeBron James is averaging the highest amount of assists. Anthony Davis might be averaging 28 points within the season. No, not was it 27, 26?
It was 27 points per game or something like that.
20,
and then LeBron averaged 26.
Yeah, and they're 1 point off. But what I'm saying is that because of that, then there's going to be the conversation of, is it Anthony Davis, like it's LeBron's team, but is Anthony Davis just as worth as much as LeBron James? Whereas with the Bucks, it's like Giannis is clearly that's the guy,
big time,
and then Middleton, and then there's a big gap between him and Middleton, and which is I think LeBron James should get MVP. Do you know why? Because MVP is not always based on who's the best player in the NBA. Seldom will you find that it is,
and that LeBron should have received it in previous years.
Exactly, LeBron's lost it that many times where he should have probably got it. Let's be real. Like I'm not even a LeBron fan, but if we're going to talk about MVP, best player on best team, whatever, all that shit, like LeBron James should have probably had about seven MVP awards. Mm-hmm. He's been the best. He's been one of the best players in the league for a long, long time.
But that's how I think it should be done like that. But I think that's the fairest way to do it.
But typically, what we find is that it follows a narrative. Right,
yeah, and this is what I'm sick of. The media keeps pointing Giannis, and it's not pointing, painting Giannis as this thing. Russell Westbrook getting the MVP.
Isn't yours a narrative right now about LeBron? Aren't you putting forward a narrative right now? It's his 17th year. He's moved to point guard. He's going
but he genuinely deserves it over. You could see all this hype, and people were hyping Giannis because they're trying to create this new LeBron.
Yeah, of course.
They're all trying
That's
to
true. That's true, but I think it's also deserved. What he's doing in the regular season is unlike we've ever seen before.
No, man. People play easy in the bloody regular season and all that.
It's a regular season award, bro.
It's fair. Look, Giannis to get MVP is definitely a fair award to get. I think if I wanted to follow the narrative, I would say it's LeBron. Usually it is on a narrative. Look at Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook averaged a triple double. Everyone was like Russell Westbrook.
And then no one gave a fuck
the year after, and he did it again the year after. Yeah. But the reason is it followed a narrative.
It does.
OKC was OKC got bounced in the first round. Russell, what were they, like a 7th seed, an 8th seed?
They were the 5th seed. Can I just quickly touch on Russell Westbrook's triple doubles? The 2 different seasons. The first season, he was putting in 50-point triple doubles, and he secured the triple double by like the 75th game. The second season, he was not doing that. He was just running the offense, having the highest usage, and using Paul George and Carmelo Anthony as his spot-up shooters. And he didn't secure a triple-double season until the last game where he had to grab 18 rebounds, and the Memphis Grizzlies were like, here, just go grab 18 rebounds. We don't give a shit.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, but like that,
it's pretty cool. Imagine being a point guard and being able to just go get 20 rebounds.
Yeah, that is.
That's pretty.
It is cool, but like this, that's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying to you is that he was doing similar things the next year, and there was
another narrative we'll hear about.
There was a new narrative.
Yeah,
there was a new narrative.
Yeah, that James Harden actually deserved an MVP for once in his season.
100%. And even then, after that, then there was the whole thing about KD's now also having a good season. KD became like which he is, like he's an MVP as well in his own right.
Don't even get me started on Kevin Durant. Anyways, what do you see happening with Miami Heat and Milwaukee Bucks? Do you see this going past 5 games?
Yeah, I think Bucks are going to win the next one.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Even with Giannis injured?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I wanted to have a little piece in that. Yeah, okay.
I think there's so much pride on the line, man. And when you're playing from ahead, it's a lot easier to get caught slipping. And I believe in this Miami team.
Yep.
And I think they've really just shown where they sit in the pecking order across the entire NBA.
Well, Miami Heat is now third. Like right now, in terms of like betting on odds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Miami Heat is sitting third.
To win the championship.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that. I just see a lot. The thing is, if Giannis is out, okay, and Giannis has the actual lowest plus minus, I think he's minus like 28 or something on the floor out of like all the Bucks in Miami Heat. So the Bucks are actually a lot worse when Giannis is playing. So that means Miami now, they're potentially playing a better team. It's like the Ewing theory. Have you ever heard of the Patrick Ewing theory?
I think I actually
The Knicks played better without Patrick Ewing and made the finals without him.
Happens with
A few times. Like if your best player goes out,
people step up.
People step up. Okay. So like there's this meme going around right now. Like when Giannis is on the court, Chris Middleton is Tony Snell. But when Giannis isn't there, Chris Middleton is basically Kevin Durant.
Okay, this is what I was getting at before as well, right? So last time we spoke about this, remember what I said? I said that the one thing that the Bucks are actually missing is a certified bucket.
Yeah.
And that's what is showing in the NBA. And it's weird because there's this juxtaposition between all those other teams, you know, your OKCs and other teams where it's like sorry, not OKC, but your Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
Where they play too much ISO ball. You know, they got these bucket getters who just aren't getting buckets because everyone is worried about the coverage, right? But now you have the Bucks where it's like in the half court they didn't really have someone who's getting buckets like that, right? But now we're seeing that Middleton can be that guy.
He can be that guy, but the thing is, because the ball moves so much through Giannis, and
That's what I'm saying.
Miami Heat are so good at making him make the wrong decision.
They got some scary dogs on that team.
Yeah,
the Heat?
definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Bro, Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder.
Is the second.
Yeah.
Who's the second best player? You got Jimmy. I don't even. It's Jimmy, Goran, Bam, Jay Crowder. Those four.
But you were hating on Jay Crowder last week. Dude's nice.
I'm still gonna hate on Jay Crowder.
Dude is about that life.
I wasn't hating on him because of the
two-way
game he
player.
was playing. I was hating on him, not hating on him. I wasn't even hating on him. I was hating on Giannis because Jay Crowder was the throw-in, so then Miami Heat could get Andre Iguodala.
He's a big, tough-nosed kid.
He's getting more minutes than Iggy. He's getting a lot
better
more
than Iggy.
Bro, it's insane how good he's playing.
Iggy is always in there to just be a locker room presence and play those critical 5 to 10 minutes a game.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
he'll play it well.
Championship experience.
Play it well.
A great guy for the rookies to be around.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I mean?
I love what Pat Riley did, man.
how crazy is that? But just for me personally, and this is what I see from the Bucks and the Heat moving forward, Spoelstra is the matchup king, and Bud, man, he looks
Bud's
like
so overrated, man. He been overrated forever.
Yeah, I think that ball needs to run through Middleton.
Exactly. But the thing is, with Giannis out, Bud has to come up with a whole new system.
Yeah, and I think the system's actually going to work quite well.
No, but is he going to be able to come up with it in 48 hours to beat a Miami Heat team
whilst
that
missing
are the matchup kings?
Yeah, they are rolling.
This is what I'm saying. So, like, I think Miami's going to close it out next game if Giannis isn't playing.
I mean,
and close it out by about 10 or 12 points. You're going to still have like a 50 piece from Chris Middleton or something like that. Bledsoe's going to step up, but you know, Bam Adebayo's, his focus isn't on Giannis anymore. It's on Brook Lopez.
The Bucks and the Heat both have lights out 3-point shooters. You know, all it takes is a couple shots to miss on one side and a couple shots to hit on the other side. And
That's exactly what happened today in the fourth quarter.
Different series.
That's exactly what happened
But
today in the
Duncan
fourth
Robinson, I think he's one of my favorite shooters of all time. I love that kid, man. He balls.
Yeah.
Was it
He's
you guys
so
that was
good to
telling me
watch.
about the story that how he got scouted? Might have been my old man. So there was a scout at a gym where he was working out.
Yeah.
Working out
It's
at.
Peter's phone. It's Peter's phone.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Tell her you want to see it later.
There's a scout
Don't
check.
you open up that window?
Okay, we're not doing this.
Don't
Keep
open
going,
it
Peter.
Yeah, so there was a scout checking out a dude at a gym that Duncan Robinson was shooting at.
Yeah.
And they just looked over and there was this white kid who made like something, a ludicrous amount of jumpers in a row.
Yeah.
And he looked real nice. And then they're like, oh shit, well, why don't you come and work out for us? And then next thing you know, he's in the draft for the NBA.
So he was
He wasn't even thinking about playing professional basketball.
he was playing for like some no-name college and didn't even start. He was a third year, fourth year senior, you know, when he got his degree. And then Pat Riley or Eric Spoelstra saw one of his jump shot mixtapes, and they were like, "Oh, can we put this guy through a workout?" Put him through a workout, and they were like, "That's one of the best jump shot workouts we've ever seen." Spent most of last year in the J League, but then this year he really stepped it up this season.
Wow,
bro, he's taking minutes from Kendrick Nunn.
Bro,
Kendrick
he's
Nunn,
starting.
Yeah,
and he's 6'7". It looks about 6'8". I wouldn't be surprised at the 2 guard in the NBA.
yeah.
Shit,
Him and Ty-
I did not know that.
Bro, that's
I
a
would-
cool story, right? But the Heat are great for scouting these types of players.
They are, man. They are. They think about it. They did, as much as I love to hate on him, Hassan Whiteside, they found him out of nowhere. Hassan Whiteside was playing in Beirut.
in Lebanon, yeah.
He was playing in Lebanon. I didn't even know we had a basketball league.
And he came out here. Do you remember Hassan Whiteside put the league on notice at one stage
What? In
the
the NBL?
in the NBA?
Oh, I thought you were saying in the
Came
NBL.
out here.
No. I'm saying like, as in like when he got to the, like he had like a little stretch when the NBA just did not shut up.
Bro,
about
he was-
Hassan Whiteside.
everyone
He was
talking
getting
about
triple
him,
doubles
yeah.
with blocks.
Yeah,
everyone was talking about
He
him.
was tearing up the league.
And then he had that Snapchat shit as well.
Yeah.
he was going crazy on Snapchat.
Yeah. Anyways,
Wait, I got a question. Giannis to the Heat?
Huh? Yeah, that's okay. So me and Joe were going into this before, and we were talking about how the front runners are apparently.
I still think it's Giannis to the Warriors.
I like that too.
I like that
like
too.
it anywhere, to be
Okay,
honest.
Okay, but
I'd like it.
Anyway, but Milwaukee.
yeah. So for anyone who's listening, me and Joe almost had a domestic today about Golden State giving up Draymond Green to get Giannis. I just
Can't.
Okay, but think about it this
Can't.
way.
They don't
Steph
have-
Curry's on a super max. Klay Thompson just signed a big max contract. Andrew Wiggins' contract is still there for another 3 seasons.
Get rid of him, bro.
No, but the next person's contract that is up is Draymond's.
yeah.
Okay? Or I think Draymond's on a 4-year. Whose skills are the most redundant, like overlapping? It's going to be Giannis's and Draymond's because they both play attack the hoop games. They're not the best shooters. They're pretty decent passers when they're in a good system, which Steve Kerr runs. Steve Kerr's one of the best coaches of all time. I just think that if he does go to the Warriors, and Draymond Green, he's been talking some shit about Curry's wife. So like who?
Oh, he has been.
So who are you going to keep on the team? You're going to go get Giannis, or you're going to get rid of Draymond Green, who's talking shit about one of the greatest players of all time?
He said a lot of things, man. He says a lot of sexist shit as well. Like the guy.
Oh shit! I didn't
know
know.
what?
He doesn't know when to shut his mouth.
I love
Yeah.
Draymond the analyst.
Yeah.
He's a really he's so good as an analyst. Really like good analysis. But man, the Draymond Green, the personality on Twitter and Instagram, dude needs to keep it quiet because like he's got some really poor opinions.
The one thing I don't like about Draymond, and yeah, you're a dog and you've gone out and you've won and all that kind of shit, yada, yada, yada. But man, you weren't the core reason why they won a championship.
We might disagree a bit on that.
And see, this is why
He wasn't in 14, 15.
Okay, hold
Andre
on.
Iguodala was.
Yeah, for sure.
And in 17, 18, and 16, 17, Kevin Durant was. So they give you that shit about Draymond.
No. But
What do you
see,
mean?
He was the reason why they won 73 games and went 73
They
and
wouldn't
9.
have won one of those championships if Draymond Green wasn't there.
Yeah.
Not one.
And Pete,
Not one.
I said this today.
Yeah,
You
you're
want
right.
to back me up here,
Yeah.
right? Draymond Green is the heart and soul of Golden State.
He
El
is, but
Capitan.
man,
He's
like,
El Capitan, bro.
bro, 14, 15, he wasn't even that big of a figure. Go rewatch
But
that
he was
series.
a better shooter. He was a better shooter back then. He was getting them buckets that they needed.
No. In 15, 16, he was getting those buckets that he needed, and they lost that series. In 14, 15,
15, Okay.
yeah. So like, trust me, I've watched a lot of LeBron James series, and I watched those Golden State Warriors run a train on LeBron James, man. Like, you know.
You love that expression.
But they did run a train on him. But quickly wrapping up on the Eastern Conference. Do you see?
14, 15, he was getting 32 minutes a game. I rest my case. I don't care.
32 minutes a game. Okay, what were his stats?
I don't care what his stats were.
I don't care what his stats were.
Well, you
What,
want to know?
9.7 rebounds, 6 assists?
Not bad.
Did I call it? Was I right?
I'm looking at his playoff stats. 14, 15. 14 points.
Yeah.
1.2 blocks. 1.8 steals.
Yeah.
5 assists. 10 boards.
Is that the whole playoffs?
That's his averages for the playoffs.
Not bad, actually.
14,
Not bad.
15.
Dude, and this is what I
Playing
was
the
saying.
best defense like really good defense.
And see,
He's
this,
a dog. But he's replaceable.
But this is
Jermichael Green probably could have done what he done.
Dude, no.
I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit.
Draymond Green is a person who directs that offense. He's a defensive anchor. On offense, he's just got like.
But Giannis is just a bigger version of him.
With no fucking basketball IQ.
You're trying to tell me the person that you're shitting on for having no leadership, basketball IQ, clutch factor, dog.
You said
being able
Giannis
to get
and
it
you
done.
Draymond learned a lot of that shit from Steve Kerr. He didn't come to.
Get out, bro.
Are you joking me? Steve Kerr's one of the best coaches of all time.
No.
Yeah, but he learnt that from Steve Kerr.
No, bro.
Yeah, he
Draymond
did.
came into the game like
No,
that.
Draymond came into the game with an attitude problem, okay?
No,
and
bro.
I got picked 32nd.
No, bro.
No one gives a shit if you got picked
Steve
32nd.
Kerr did
They
not-
picked Festus Ezeli over him.
Okay.
Festus.
Okay. No,
Festus
but
wasn't that
you can't.
He wasn't that good.
He's all right.
Nah.
You got a gem in Draymond.
Anyways, no.
that-
I want to wrap this up real quick.
No, this is an interesting point.
Yeah.
So you're trying to tell me the person that you're ridiculing for not having these specific qualities, you're trying to tell me you want to replace the one guy on the Warriors that
'Cause their skills overlap.
The best thing that
Their skills literally overlap.
okay, and this is-
What are you going to do? Are you going to play Giannis at the 5, Draymond at the 4, Wiggins at the 3, Clay at the 2, and then Steph at the 1?
Ooh, that's nice.
That would be a nice thing, but Giannis wouldn't do it. Giannis wouldn't do it.
no, but Giannis play the 4, Draymond play the 5.
Draymond's not playing a 5 the whole game.
Well, you can have Festus Ezeli or whoever insert scrub off the bench.
Festus Ezeli hasn't played in the league since 2017.
And they'd probably still win a championship. That squad.
Okay, no, but
That would be a nice squad.
and that's why I said it's. Look, at the end of the day, bro,
salaries would never work, but that's not the problem.
those jokes are hilarious. The fucking triple single jokes and blah 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 and whatever. But it's an eye test, and you see that when that Warriors team is visibly like that is Draymond Green, like that is Draymond Green's team.
He's the leader.
Like
He's the captain.
He's a leader.
He was playing this season on his own without the boys, without Curry, without Clay, yada yada yada. And guess what? He was averaging like 5 points a game.
No, and that's
He's not an elite score. He's not a
Okay,
scorer.
okay.
He was getting 4 rebounds a
okay.
game.
This is the thing,
What
right?
did you get this year? Let's have a look.
But and what I was saying to you before is it's not a comparison of is Giannis better than Draymond Green, because it's not even the discussion, but it's more so where Draymond Green sits as an integral part of that system. Right, you take away Draymond Green, you're now taking away a lot of who now steps up and commands everyone, because that's what Draymond Green does. Curry might score all the points, and he starts the offense, he initiates the offense. But in terms of when we're talking about defensive coverages, when we're talking about help defense and directing everyone, dude, like Giannis, what I'm saying is the Golden State Warriors are in a so much better position if they find a way to actually keep Draymond Green and also Giannis. Can you imagine the mentorship that Draymond Green could give to Giannis to teach him how to... Dude, Giannis should become an infinitely better player, assuming that he's receiving of Draymond Green's...
I think he'd get better advice from Steve Kerr, but I want to wrap this up real quick so we can get on the Western Conference. Who do you got, Miami Heat or the Milwaukee Bucks? How many games?
Still Miami Heat, bro.
How many games? Do you think the Bucks take another one, or?
It might be interesting to see, because the offense is now going to have to start with Chris Middleton. The only issue is... the Heat are probably already working on a coverage right now, purely for Chris Middleton, which is going to make that game super, super hard.
I mean, the conventional answer would be Heat in 5.
Yeah.
So I'll go with that.
All right. I'm sticking with my prediction that I made. We'll be back in a moment with the Western Conference. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to Don't Open the Window. On my left is Ronnie D, and on my right is Peter Madani, and we're going to talk about the Lakers and Houston Rockets right now. Before Ronnie can cut me off again and be like, no, we ain't talking about that.
All right, Buster Rhymes.
Yeah, I was just saying, he sounded like Twist Up.
I had to get that out quick, man. He ripped me a new one last week.
I was going for it too.
So if anyone doesn't know, last week we decided in the break, okay, we're going to talk about Houston OKC, and then we're going to talk about the Nuggets and the Jazz. We come back from break, and I'm like, so let's talk about the big game today. Russell Westbrook and James Harden versus Chris Paul. And then Ronnie turns to me, he's like, nah, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the other game. I'm like,
Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray.
yeah, but we agreed on something.
I changed my mind.
Anyways, let's go with the game that happened today. The Lakers and the Houston.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
The Lakers and the Houston Rockets. The Lakers beat the Houston Rockets. I think it was 110 to 101 or 111-101, something like that. The Lakers were up 21 in the first half at one point. They were playing really well. Markieff Morris came off the bench and hit 4 3-pointers.
Jeez,
Yeah,
that would have.
He was playing well.
The Morris brothers, they're beyond some shit right now. They're playing.
Yeah, they're playing.
They're
both
ballers. They're
But-
ballers. They're big time ballers.
Houston Rockets came back in the third, though, behind Eric Gordon. They actually got up 5 at one point, and then the Lakers started the fourth quarter hot on LeBron James's back. I think he got like 2 or 3 dunks in a row, a few layups, a massive block on Russell Westbrook, and then after that, the Lakers just started piling on the points again.
He's looking real nice athletically, man.
Man, you know what? He's chasing Russell Westbrook around like Russell Westbrook's name is Steph Curry and just blocking him.
Those blocks are brutal.
He's pinning him down and everything.
Brutal.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
He's sending him into the stands, and usually you see Russell Westbrook kind of come back and like do his whole thing, and you can see Russell's kind of like, because it's LeBron too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what are you gonna do against LeBron?
Did you see that meme of Russell Westbrook where he's like talking shit into the crowd?
Yeah, and then it's like all the players, wives and
Like
kids,
babies, like little babies and stuff.
because there's no crowds, right?
Yeah.
So Russell Westbrook's out here saying, oh, what was he saying?
What do they talk about?
Yo, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? He's like just cussing into the crowd, and it's like.
It's like Giannis's baby.
Literally like 1-year-old baby. With like social distancing
And wives
as well.
and players' wives and shit. That's hilarious.
It's actually crazy. But the series is now tied 1-1. Game 1, man, I just thought the Lakers were trying to get Rondo back into it. It looked like they were getting him into the groove.
They're always
LeBron-
trying to be cute. Lakers, they're
it
always
looked-
trying to be cute.
it looked
Always,
cute.
they're trying to do some cute shit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not
Always.
going to go against you. So like, it was like, yeah, let's run Anthony Davis ISOs on PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker is a hard man to defend. He is a
hard man to score on.
He's a hard man
Oh,
to
yeah.
score on. I think Anthony Davis had like 26 possessions on PJ Tucker or some shit like that.
Yeah, and not a score.
Not a single score, nothing.
Man, this guy next year,
You know who deserves Defensive Player of the Year? PJ Tucker, not Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I wouldn't mind that, bro. Honestly,
I love
He's
PJ.
he's never even had a sniff at an all defensive team vote.
I think he got all defensive last year.
No, he did.
Second
Yes.
team,
Yes.
second team.
I think it was
maybe
second team, but he deserves first team this
yeah.
year.
Yeah, but he's not going to get it.
He ain't gonna
He,
get it.
he might not
he's
get
gonna
it,
get
but either way, PJ Tucker, man, this is the thing. So game 1, the Lakers, they want some cute shit, as Peter says. LeBron wasn't playing aggressive. They were trying to get Rondo reacclimated. They ended up getting blown out by 15 points by the fourth quarter. It was a bit of a. I even said it post game. I was just like, LeBron and the hardest thing to stop in the NBA right now is probably a LeBron James, Anthony Davis pick and roll.
I was going to say Rajon Rondo.
They didn't run it at all. They just kept running Anthony Davis high elbow ISOs, and it was just like, what are you guys doing? You have the two of the top 10 players in the NBA. on the team.
I've hated their offense all year, and when they sometimes played against Houston or they played against the Celtics, you should be dominating these teams with small front lines, dominating them.
LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kyle Kuzma front lines.
I don't understand why they try to get all cute with it all the time.
With JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard and shit.
Just like whether it's the lineup or the way they're playing the offense or the game plan, I don't understand what it is.
Well, we saw it in the third quarter today. So they were up 17 or 15 going into the half. And then by like minute 8, Houston had tied it because they had JaVale McGee start the second half. He was defending Eric Gordon half the time. He was just blowing by him or scoring 3-pointers on him. I think Eric Gordon had like 11 straight points, 3 threes and a layup or something crazy like that. Like he was playing like a machine. And, but I feel like the Lakers did kind of figure it out come the fourth quarter. They'd go, okay, let's play LeBron a little bit more aggressively. Let's have Kyle Kuzma and Markieff Morris out there to spread the floor a little bit more. Danny Green and KCP, Rondo, or Alex Caruso. And the results came.
Voila.
They started to, build up a lead against the Rockets. They started to have switchable pieces. They started to be able to throw better defensive schemes at James Harden. The fifth best player on the Lakers, however, today was Russell Westbrook, who turned the ball over, shot the ball like 4 of 15 or
He's
something.
crazy, man. Yeah. He's just straight up crazy.
Unfortunately, man, he's playing on a bum hamstring at the moment.
Yeah.
You could see it.
Yeah, he's a dog. You got to respect him.
Yeah,
But
no,
it's
no,
just his brain. He's like I don't understand his basketball
He's just
IQ.
and it's true because like, you know, he's that Houston team is great from the perimeter, but what we know Russell Westbrook as is he's not that great from the perimeter. Why is he putting up 7 3-pointers?
Bro, this is the funniest thing I read today was when Russell Westbrook hit a 3, Houston went up 92-88. The Lakers fans were like, yes. And people were like, why are you yesing? Like, he just hit a 3. Oh, because he's going to keep taking him now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, Westbrook hit a 3.
That's the best thing ever.
Like, oh, yeah, no. Like, we got this in the bag. Russell Westbrook thinks he's a three-point shooter
even
now.
his mid-range, his shot selection in general, not even his threes, because I wouldn't mind him shooting a catch-and-shoot 3 twice a game. He
needs to shoot him 3 times a game.
Yeah. His shot selection in general is just so absurdly strange.
It's a KD style of shot selection, but KD is a much more efficient
KD's
scorer.
6'11", and he's one of the best shooters of all time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know what? And I think Russ gets in his own head a little bit. Like when it comes to this whole thing, you know, if Lakers come down and hit a 3, Russ will try. It's not uncommon that you see Russ try to do the same thing, a contested one. You know, try to pull up.
Yep.
Yeah, he's very much like that. So the Lakers tied it up. LeBron had a great game. He's looking as good as he's looked in about 5 years athletically.
Head still at the rim.
He's going to be looking even better. He's only going to get better throughout these playoffs.
I don't know. I don't know what they're feeding that kid, the 35-year-old child.
I know what they're feeding him. I know exactly what he's getting.
But what do you think of Anthony Davis in this?
Today
Yeah,
he put up 24 shots. Good.
yeah, but like, did he?
Is he built for it?
Yeah, this
he built for it?
So this is
Thanks, Chris Paul. Now we're just going to be saying this all playoffs.
no, but like
It creates a great narrative.
Yeah.
first team all built for it. I'm not putting.
no.
I'm not putting Anthony Davis
First
on
team
there.
all built for it.
I'm definitely not putting him on there. But like, you know, he hovers below that line.
But why does he have that dog in him? Is he?
No, I don't think he-
Is he
look,
hood like
look,
that?
So this is the thing about the Lakers. I feel like LeBron is trying to pass that torch to Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis
AD
keeps
is like,
juggling it.
hey, you have it back, man.
No,
you still got it.
It is. Ooh, it's kind
a
of
bit hot. It's a bit hot.
It's kind of hot.
And then LeBron James has to take the game over again. Like, that's what I kind of feel like always happens with these Lakers. This Lakers.
So
team.
what, they need another MVP?
No, I don't feel like they need another MVP. I think they just need LeBron James to be a little bit, because LeBron's always been about, let's make the team better.
I love how we're talking about Anthony Davis like he's actually gotten an MVP.
Yeah, but he's been an MVP caliber
I'm
player.
just saying, he's that level of player.
Yeah, he's definitely that level.
Like, he's probably maybe just a notch below Kevin Garnett in Kevin Garnett's prime, and the only difference between the two
a
is
notch
Kevin
below.
Garnett.
A notch below.
A notch below.
I'll put him a notch above.
No, I put him a notch below because Kevin Garnett had that dog in him.
Huh?
Kevin Garnett.
No.
KG would murder AD, bro.
Yeah,
He would.
Murder him.
He would.
Murder him.
He would. I'm talking statistically.
Statistically, yeah, but it's a different game.
I test KG. But if
KG, man, had that mentality of I'm
Not
gonna
just that dog, that crazy.
dude, if you
bite your head off.
He used to headbutt walls.
yeah, no, if you gave
Love KG,
if
man.
you gave Anthony Davis KG's mindset,
it'd be
He'd be
game
the best
over.
player of all time. He'd be the best player of all
He'd be the best
time.
player of all time.
He'd be better than Jordan.
yeah,
He's actually
real.
psychotic.
he'd come at teams and it would just be like it would be something.
Get away from me.
He'd be otherworldly. He'd do it like that in itself tells us, is he built for it? No, he hovers underneath that line.
Look,
you know, I'm not saying that Anthony Davis is super soft, but I'm saying
He's soft.
I don't think he's soft either.
I think he's just a bit passive.
He's
borderline. He's borderline.
At times in his game, he's definitely passive. Like, I mean, in game one, you think it's going to be a statement game. Everyone's been talking, but dude, like I spent half of my week, you know, saying to everyone, "Oh, Anthony Davis is literally going to molest the Lakers, or he's going to ruin the Lakers," you know. So
the Rockets, you mean?
Huh?
It's the Rockets. And I don't really want to say that Anthony Davis is going to anybody.
Yeah, okay.
I'll tell you.
Okay, so sorry.
Abby, can you beep that out?
But like honestly, I thought Anthony Davis was gonna ruin the Rockets. I thought he was gonna absolutely murder them.
Bro,
That's what I said.
unfortunately, the Rockets match up well because PJ Tucker has active hands.
And Rocco.
Yeah, Rocco's a beast as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just going to speak on behalf of all undersized big men. So, like, whenever we've played basketball together, I've always played center, but I'm 6 foot tall, okay? When we've played basketball together...
Joey's basically PJ Tucker. That's what he's saying.
No, I'm not saying that.
Joey
But
Tucker.
what I'm saying is it's like you have to have that dog in you. You got to have, like, low center of gravity.
Yeah.
You got to be able to, like, put your elbows in there and all that kind of stuff. Man, PJ Tucker is representing... Like all the undersized big men out there right now. And he's killing it. He got 21 points today.
I'm waiting for a tear to come out of your eye.
You just spoke about one of the most renowned undersized big men of all time, Draymond Green. And now I'm trying to talk about the TJ Tucker.
I'm waiting for an Instagram highlight clip of Joey playing to come up. That's all I'm like.
Someone get a video of Joey Wood getting a block. Do you have any videos of you pinning someone on the backboard?
I've actually got some videos.
Is it an adult?
Yeah. I hate you.
That reminds me of something. I'll tell you later. Hey, PJ Tucker.
Reminds you of what? Abby.
No, PJ Tucker is the best dressed in the NBA, I reckon.
Best what?
Best dressed.
I don't give a fuck about best dressed right now. I want to know who's about that life. I want to know who's about that.
We're doing
Even above the Brody?
all built for this.
I want all built for this.
You want all built for this right now?
I want all built for this team.
Of players only left in the playoffs?
Players left in the playoffs.
All right, we can do
Starting a point guard.
Kyle Lowry.
Starting a shooting guard.
Yeah, okay.
Marcus.
Jimmy Butler.
Nah, he can play the 3.
Yeah, I'll put Jimmy Butler as the 3.
Small forward. No, LeBron James built for this.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we might differ on that.
What, you think LeBron James doesn't have Jimmy Butler beat on who's built for this?
Let's define built for this then. I feel like
LeBron's got that dog in him. LeBron's taking charges.
When he wants, but
LeBron's cute, bro. He is cute. LeBron's cute.
Yeah. Look,
LeBron likes that. LeBron likes that cuteness.
He flirts underneath that line. We've seen
He can
glimpses.
be both ways.
We've seen.
Pause.
Yeah,
This is a bit of a weird question.
yeah.
What, all built for this?
Yeah. Because
I'm not putting LeBron in my all built for this team.
For our guests, for our listeners out there, when we say built for this, like we mean someone that's hard. Like Marcus Smart is going to dive on every single ball.
You know what? I'll put Kawhi in built for this.
No, hell no. The guy misses games during the regular season all the time. If he could miss games right now for the Clippers, he would, but they need him.
I don't know if Kawhi does it for me in built for this.
Nah, bro. Nah.
All built for this. So we got.
Yeah, actually, you know what? The what's it called?
Load management?
Load management. That's the word. That is literally a term used for Kawhi. We're gonna take him out. Yeah. We're gonna take him out because they made that term for Kawhi.
Oh, PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker.
What, small forward?
Yeah, he's my 4.
What? Then who's your center?
Well, we got to figure it out.
Bam Adebayo.
Oh, I like
Bam?
that. I don't mind that pick.
Bam?
I don't mind.
I was going to say Daniel Tice.
Hell no! Hell no!
Oh, is anyone from Denver on that team?
Nah.
No, but there's a reason why.
no one on the
They're not
Clippers
built for this. Oh, Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray might be
Jamal Murray. He's knocked out now, though. Oh, no, they're still in. Sorry, my bad.
What?
But they were about to be knocked out.
They're tied 1-1. They're gonna beat the Clips in 6.
Nah, they're losing in 5, I say. But by the way, if any other outcome happens, remember you owe me another $100. Another 100. Yeah. Sweet.
Anyways, let's go.
Wait, no, hold on. So PJ at the 4, and then at the 5, we need a big.
Bam.
Yeah, I could throw Bam in there. But I just want to say this. Although Jamal Murray was balling, scoring the ball on offense, you need a bit more than that to be in the all-built
You know what? Defensively,
you got to have a little bit of crazy.
Yeah, defensively, he lacks that little bit of crazy.
I just want to wrap Rockets Lakers up before we move on to Jamal Murray and stuff. What do you got?
Oh, for us?
For Lakers Rockets.
Oh, man.
And do you think that the Lakers need to make some more adjustments throughout the season?
We need to make. I think we need to make a few more adjustments.
I think they need to start AD at the 5, move Morris to the 4.
Should have been doing that all year.
No, you don't need to do it all year.
You don't need to do it on. No, you don't. I like them starting big, but again, that's cute. Your best lineup is AD at the 5.
Yeah, I understand that, but you don't want to play your best lineup all year because you can potentially injure them.
But even in the playoffs, right? Even in the playoffs, they could have done that a bit more.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there. So, yeah, do you think...
I still think... Okay, so... we probably have me on record saying that this is one of LeBron James's best offensive teams, potentially, blah blah blah, whatever, etc. They haven't proved that at all in the playoffs, and I'm happy to admit that was probably a hot take by me. I just expected that he was going to turn these guys into much bigger dogs than what they are, especially offensively. I still think that their offenses has looked. They still need to find their feet, and maybe the fact that Rondo's now back, it might add a bit more structure to that. Oh, you know what?
Playing big minutes, bro. Huh? Rondo's playing big minutes straight away.
Yeah,
he had a great game today.
That's
great game.
He had 5 steals.
Yep.
He had 5 steals.
Nine times.
9 times.
No, he
Something
played great.
like
He played great.
Yeah, but
Plus 28.
Yeah, so so the fact that he's only been back for 2 games now, I think that the Lakers have tons of adjustments to come.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know,
I still got what did I say last time? Lakers in 5 or Lakers in 6?
I don't know.
Don't you save these?
I did.
It's
but I
not.
haven't brought it up.
It's not going to be more than Lakers in 6.
Look, I still think but LeBron James and Anthony Davis, you guys got to be a lot more aggressive like you were in the Portland series. Okay, you can't be playing this cute little basketball anymore. You got to have
What'd you
some
think of
dog in
today?
you.
You had Lakers in 5 or 6.
what'd you
You had
think?
Lakers in 5. I had Lakers in 6.
Sorry,
What do you think of LeBron and Anthony Davis today?
they played cute until the fourth quarter. Then LeBron turned it back up.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll agree with Pete. They do play cute sometimes. They do. Anthony Davis does like to go for his ISOs, and it's just like, bro, what are you doing?
AD was pathetic on defense last game.
He
Not game 2.
Game 2 he played a lot better.
It was okay on defense. Game 1 sucked.
Yeah.
Absolutely sucked. Yeah. And it was funny. The last recording that we had, I was saying that AD is probably the best possible big man to defend these Rockets in the pick and roll.
And so far, it's not looking that way.
Well, he's not putting the effort in.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of noticing as well. Man, those Rockets, they got some pit bulls on.
He's got a clean fade and some of the best eyebrows in the game, but I don't know if he's built for it.
What do you think? What do you think?
I think Lakers in 6. I'm not going to bet against LeBron James and Anthony Davis and the Lakers against Houston, but they got to bring it because these H-Town's bringing it.
All right.
Yeah.
We got one more series in the Western Conference, and that's Clippers in Denver. The Clippers went up 1-0. They steamrolled Denver in the second half. They went up by 24 or so, but then Denver came right back in game 2. They went up 20 points. They went up, built a huge lead in the first quarter, and then they just never lost the lead, and they won the game by 10 or 15.
Kawhi and PG sat out for the last 6-7 minutes.
Well, Kawhi, I think, went 4 of 17, and he only got 13 points or something like that.
So now last week, what I spoke about was Kawhi Leonard. So I was shouting at my TV when we were watching Game 1, Denver versus the Clippers, because I'm like watching this game and I kind of want Denver to kind of get a sizable lead because they're the underdogs and you want the season to ride. You want this series to ride out. So I was watching and rooting for Denver, and I'm just like, how are you letting Kawhi size you up every time and get to his spots every time? They were literally playing really passive defense, and Kawhi Leonard pretty much giving off a space, and I could see it from miles away. Every single time, Kawhi is sizing you up to get to his spots. And that's what they did, right? And guess what? Kawhi Leonard almost has, I think in 3 quarters, he already had 30 points. This game, and that's what I said to the boys, and I was like, hey, look, if Kawhi keeps getting to his spot and doing whatever he wants, Denver doesn't have a chance. This game,
They made adjustments.
Yep. They made it super tough for Kawhi to get to his spots. And granted, I'm actually going to give a little bit of the benefit of the doubt because Kawhi also rimmed out on. I've never seen someone rim out so many shots in a game. He rimmed out on 5 shots, maybe more.
Yeah.
Maybe more. So they got bailed out there, but I think that the hand in the face, being making that little adjustment, makes all the more difference for
Gary Harris is back.
He looked really uncomfortable.
Gary Harris definitely played a great game. Hit some big shots.
He had been pathetic this year because at the couple of years ago when Denver was coming up, you knew that the prospects were Jamal Murray and Gary Harris. You knew that you had a future MVP in Jokic, but you didn't know how far Jamal Murray and Gary Harris were.
Do you still think he's a future MVP?
Hell no.
Jokic?
Yeah.
Oh, if they're handing him out to guys like Giannis all the time, yeah, why not? But yeah, still.
Bro, Giannis deserved it. Jokic is 100% will be in consideration for. He was in consideration this year.
Yeah.
He will be in consideration next year. He's only going to get better.
It depends on his team's record.
He needs to get fit. I know he's lost some weight, but he's not fit. He needs to turn his body into an athlete's body.
Yeah, and that,
he'd be a much better player.
He needs to put some size.
He can't play defense. He's so bad at defense. I don't care what anyone says.
I just think that, and this is the thing, Jokic, I think coming up, you look at him and you're like, okay, this is going to be an MVP candidate. I think that the talent pool is so deep right now.
Yeah.
In terms of what's to come, we're going to see some of these young dudes now take on the throne and get into the top 10 conversation. Even your
JT.
Yeah, your Jason Tatum's, your Ja Morant's, your Denver. If Suns have a good run next year, if Suns manage to stay healthy and have a good run next year, we're going to start to see Book even start.
Yeah,
to
I could imagine all that too. I could imagine all that happening, but Jokic he's doughy. He's not really a NBA. MVP kind of thing.
But he was this year.
No, he's in the contention, but he's not going to get all the first place votes like Giannis or LeBron or Steph Curry.
No, but he
Russ,
could.
yeah,
He
Harden.
could. I think he could get there.
Maybe.
And the reason I asked this, is because I feel like Giannis is someone who can definitely be in that conversation because of his skill set, what he does as a winner. Like
Giannis or Jokic?
Sorry, Jokic. Sorry,
Okay,
sorry, I just lost that there.
No, it's all good.
So
I was like, no. We're done with the Bucks.
no, we're not talking about the Bucks anymore. But Jokic, I've seen him as a player that is definitely in that conversation.
Yep.
But with everything that's going on around the league in terms of the talent, in terms of the athleticism
right.
that some of these guys are exhibiting, I just see him being in that top 10 conversation. He'd have to have a stellar year. I mean, Doncic is in front of him there anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But as we saw yesterday, the Nuggets did tie it up.
Yeah.
And
They made the adjustments.
Jokic had a big game. And this is what I said to you guys before the series
He needs to
started.
average 30.
The guy needs to average 30. He got 26 points yesterday with 14 rebounds. Okay. He's, playing big minutes. He's basically being their point center. The Clippers, they have guys that could defend him, but Jokic doesn't make it easy for anyone to defend him.
No, he doesn't.
He's such a good passer, and there was one move that he did. Basically, they used Michael Porter Jr. as a decoy running through. And it basically got Trez on Jokic's right side because they thought Porter Jr. was going to throw it down that way. And Jokic just spun to his left. Bang, layup. Like, they don't have
nice
that.
Nice footwork.
Really nice footwork. He's got those
Smooth
post
touch
moves.
as well. He's got that nice touch.
That's
Exactly.
That's the most impressive part of his game to me.
He's
the touch.
he's extremely.
That was big for them in that game 7.
Yeah. But like, he's extremely, extremely good at on offense, and this is what I think about. I think Denver still has this in 6. I think the Clippers are in a lot more trouble than what we think. Man, the Nuggets, if they figure out how to defend, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and I'm not saying defend them, hold them to 14 points. I'm saying hold those guys to like 20-something points, and then hold the other guys like Trez and Lou Will, hold them down. Man, I think these Nuggets are going to be trouble. Pat Bev also got ejected yesterday. Thank God for barking at the ref. I don't like these double standards of the NBA. It's
bullshit.
I really don't like the fact that one guy gets a tech for going, oh, shucks. And then...
You see what Jason Tatum got tech for the other day?
No, I didn't.
He literally...
Did he throw the fist?
He threw the fist.
Yeah.
But it wasn't demonstrative behavior at all. It was just like a little bit of an outburst. And it was right in front of the referee. And they teed him up.
Man, I don't give a shit. If Pat Bev gets to run around and scream F this, F that, and screw this.
Oh,
and
man, he was going at it.
He's crazy.
Man, no. It's not he's crazy. It's they let him get it. He's not a crazy person. He's all bark, no bite. He's a little chihuahua. He's like, bro, he would get punked out by so many guys in the NBA.
Yeah, he's a point guard.
Bro, imagine Kevin. Imagine he tried to pull that shit on Kevin Garnett back in the
I thought you
day.
could say Kevin Durant.
He did try and pull that shit on Durant. Durant went and pulled 40 on him.
Yeah, I mean, Durant's a beast. But hey...
Imagine you pulled that shit on Kevin Garnett.
I agree. There is a double standard. And I'm of the belief that you got no fans in the building. You've got so many cameras there. And the amount of resource spent on the production of the game, the production that we get to view, they can let people show some emotion. It's more fun. You know what I mean? Like, that's what fans are paying to see.
Yeah, the game's...
Even though there's no physical fans in there, that's what we want to see on the TV.
And I think, like we've gotten to a point where the game is well over policed. You're right, Joe. It's not consistent. You see these...
I just think it's a bunch of bullshit that Pat Bev gets to get away with it and all this kind of stuff.
I mean, he did get ejected. So like, let's not say...
he did get ejected, but after how long? You know what I mean? Like, just like settle the shit down, man. Like, just because the guy's got a reputation for barking doesn't mean you let him get away with it.
Of course.
Like this guy's known for injuring other players, and he's known for playing dirty, and he's known for doing this kind of shit. And that's what I don't like about it. At least Draymond, like, he kicked you in the nuts once in a while, but he wasn't trying to purposely injure you most of the time. Who did he purposely injure? He never tried to like step underneath anyone like a Zaza or any shit like that. But anyways, what do you have? Clips in Denver.
Man. Part of me says I still don't want to. Yeah, I think I'm still going to roll with the Clips here.
Okay.
I think if they battle it out, because you said Denver in 6, didn't you?
Man, I got that. For some reason, I just got Jokic. Am I speaking it into existence? Maybe, but I like Jokic and I like his style of play, especially on your Zubac and all that kind of stuff.
You're doing one thing, and that's putting $100 in my pocket. That's about it.
Man, if I need to feed the needy, I'm happy to feed the needy.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it. Yeah, okay.
That's a terrible joke. You already know.
I don't know what he needs. I mean, he wants that $100. Get that. Give me my money. But look, yeah, I think it's going to be for me. It's tough to say that this Clips team, because they've got 2 6-men. They've got 2 6-men. They've got two of the best. They've got 2 of the best wing players in the NBA. I just think that it's a talented team. If they can utilize their talent and figure out their offense, once again similar. I think I'll put the Clips in a similar bracket to the Lakers in the sense that we're watching their offense. It looks scrappy when these guys aren't scoring the way that they need to be scoring. It just looks scrappy.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't look great. You know, like Kawhi Leonard wasn't getting to like I said before. They took away his spots.
Yeah.
And what do we see? Paul George actually played okay. He played relatively aggressive. So, but we need to see now how they're going to make the adjustments to actually, combat that Denver defense, because they did all right.
Pete, what do you got?
Same thing. Clips in 5.
Clips in 5? Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think they're rolling them.
Oh, they're just going to roll them through.
I think they had a nice little game.
You know what? I see Denver at least getting another win.
Yeah, I think that could happen. So
Either
most
way.
realistic would be Clips in 6, but I've got a good
So
feeling.
do you think
I got them Nuggets in 6.
you think Nuggets' last game was a fluke?
Nah, no chance.
No, it wasn't a fluke.
They're streaky as shit.
They're streaky as shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
They scored 44 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
All right, to wrap this up, we got a little bit of NBA news, and I know that me and Peter are going to go in on this. So I didn't want to save some time for this. Steve Nash has been elected as the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, signing a 5-year deal. A lot of reports were coming out. People were saying that why are the white coaches getting privilege and all this kind of stuff.
Actually, his name is Stephen A. Smith, and
you can finish.
no, you go.
Look, I'm not going to say that there isn't white privilege and all that kind of stuff, but when it comes to NBA coaches, man, like Derek Fisher got a job as soon as he retired as a player, and he got like a head coaching job with the New York Knicks. Jason Kidd also got one. Mark Jackson got one. It's a bit odd for me to hear Stephen A. Smith say that.
Okay, look. So now I feel that I'm divided about this one, right? I think Stephen A. was abrupt. I think it's a facepalm to think about the exact example that Stephen A. wants to go for. Yeah. Because this
Ty Lue.
Huh?
Ty Lue as well. He brought up Ty Lue.
Yeah, bro. And the thing is, like, Steve Nash, like, it's not like he's retired a year ago. Steve Nash retired 10 years ago.
And you know what?
And he's been an assistant coach for the Warriors.
So, so obviously before they've even had the conversation, Steve Nash, I'm sure that Katie and Kyrie had to co-sign on this.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt. So for Stephen A. to come in and be like, Steve Nash, this is white privilege, blah, 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 whatever. Like, this is like one of the best IQs in basketball that we've probably ever seen, especially on the offensive end. Like, I can't even begin to imagine and this is the thing. We're going to have to see how Steve Nash and Kyrie work together.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a bit of a question for me. But in terms of if Kyrie is accepting of Steve Nash, he might learn some shit.
Man, that locker room. Pete, do you want this or?
Shit, man. I mean, I hope it doesn't work, because I'm a competitor and I want my team to be better than Brooklyn. And they've got some talented guys there, but they've got some guys that have their heads up their ass.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the hire of Steve Nash is just so out of the blue, because
it is for me.
You've got one of the most toxic locker rooms in the NBA, and you're throwing in a
first-time
coach who is not he's no hard ass. Yeah. Like, much respect to Steve Nash, and 2-time MVP.
Well,
revolutionary.
Actually, but so this is an interesting thing. So some a couple other analysts and coaches actually came out and said that Steve Nash, in terms of his coaching style, they say that it's actually really good for Kyrie because he's a perfect mix of authoritarian as well as empathetic, like in terms of emotional intelligence.
Yeah, but Kyrie's such a head case, man. Like it's bullshit.
But what I'm saying is that's what people have been. That's what people around the league have gone out and said in support of in support of
So
Steve
you
Nash.
think it'll work?
No, I'm not saying.
I don't think there's a chance it helps.
I'm not saying I'll think it will work, but that's what we're hearing from other people. And like, so when you hear that, because you were saying you don't think Steve Nash is enough of a hard ass, some people are coming out and saying that he's that perfect mix of hard ass as well as an empath.
Okay.
Look, I'm still upset with the firing of the coach Kenny Atkinson, who helped.
That was bullshit. That guy's a mad coach, and he set the culture there.
He'll get a job.
Karis LeVert, Jarrett Allen, Spencer Dinwiddie, they all, Joe Harris, started playing phenomenally. Garrett Temple had some big games this season. They all started playing phenomenally.
We think Steve Nash is going to work out those chemistry issues that are about to happen.
It's not even working out.
next year?
It's not even the chemistry issues. I just think that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, these guys, they're just the two biggest head cases in the NBA.
Princesses. That's what they are. They're
and
princesses.
Steve Nash is the nicest guy. Like, he's such a nice guy. I just don't want Steve Nash to come in here, be the head coach, and then be a scapegoat after 1 year if like Brooklyn fails and they're like, you know what I mean? Like, because I just think Steve Nash would have maybe been better off even at the Knicks, like just an up and coming team that's, you know, starting to get its legs underneath them. But maybe even the Suns, like, even though they're playing really well. Like, let's say the Suns weren't playing well.
The Suns you keep.
I'm not saying get rid of Monty Williams, but like, let's say the Suns weren't doing well and they needed a new head coach, like, to start. Like, I think Steve Nash would have been good there. Maybe even Memphis, something along the lines of that. Like, someone up and coming.
Yeah, look, for us, for me, it doesn't make an absolute incredible amount of sense because, you know, this is a team where you probably want someone who's a little bit more tenured, whatever. But, you know, I guess maybe they felt that front office felt that is the best available option that they had, and that they're running with it. So let's see.
I just hope Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving don't go ahead.
Let's see how it plays on.
I think making about race is probably the wrong call from Stephen A. Smith.
I think the example is the wrong case because this is what we have to look at, right? We look at the NBA is what play in terms of the players.
80%.
It's 80% black, right? Mm-hmm. But then, what percentage of the coaches are black? I think it's like
a third.
I think it's like 30%.
Yeah.
Right. So now at that stage, we now have to question. Okay, so what is it? Is it if we're going to unequivocally take out the fact that we don't think that based on race, based on black or white, you have better abilities to be a coach? Are we saying that more white players go, or more white ex-players or executives go for those positions?
Yeah, but I don't think Brooklyn Nets is really the team that they got. Like, they had Jason Kidd as one of their first head coaches.
No. What I'm saying is Jason Kidd's white. So
no, Jason Kidd's
He's mixed.
He's half black.
Is he half black?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like Jason
Kidd.
Kidd.
Look at him different.
Yeah,
But when Jason Kidd was like, Jason Kidd had he's got the afros and everything. Like when he used to have hair, like
he's lighter skinned though.
Yeah.
He's lighter skin, but like
he's whiter than Steve Nash.
Wait, Steve Nash.
He's whiter than Steve Nash.
Steve Nash is black too.
He was from South Africa.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
No, he's born in South Africa.
He's born in South Africa.
Yeah,
but he's Canadian.
Right? Yeah. Like I'm playing on Peter's joke.
Okay, cool. Yeah. No, but look, what I'm getting at is I think that it's a conversation that there warrants a conversation to be had, seeing the disparity based on the numbers in terms of how many players are black, you know, versus how many coaches are black, you know. But at the same time, I just don't think Steve Nash is the perfect example because, you know,
we've seen other head coaches get the gigs before and all that. Kind of stuff.
So you know what? Like I just think that maybe it should have came from someone else. Probably not Stephen A. And it shouldn't have been a talk about, you know, and it should have been way more balanced because Stephen A. just came out straight away.
He went in a bit too hard.
He went in straight away and he's just gone, oh, that's white privilege, blah blah blah, whatever. But like this is a conversation that needs to be had, just not in that context.
I think we've opened up the window plenty today.
Yeah, plenty.
What do you guys want to do? You want to sign off?
Yeah.
Ronnie, you want to give us another Bill Clinton impression whilst we're logging off the air?
Look, Joe, I think that was out of pocket for you to just call me out like that. Next time, next time, I'd love to do another Bill Clinton impression, but I gotta go see Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Thank you, everybody. Tune in to us next week.
See you next week.